felicitously fanfaronaded by the infallible Mr. Bernard Herrmann and his frenetic affiliates, the incomparably Protean Players Theatre, plus none other than Miss Peggy Mount.
We're getting ready for a mother-in-law, getting ready for the fray.
When she wants a place inside this place, we'll find if the old girl means to stay.
There's a little back room on the third top floor where the beauties of the world do climb. Oh, mother, 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 you'll have a lively time. Oh, mother, 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 you'll have a lively time. For she's only in a ruin that crumble not to bad a bit. One that all of the crumble not to bad a bit. In the grey old days, there used to be some doings. No wonder that the poor old abbey went to ruins. Those who started history sing a shout of it. You can bet your life there is no doubt of it. Outside the other crumble last Saturday night, she was one of the ruins that crumbled not to bad a bit.
What do you mean I'm one of the ruins that crumble not? I'll give you ruin. Ruin. I'm no ruin. I'm a very respectable woman, that's what I am. I'm a poor daily help and I'm happy to say I goes out a-charing at 5 bob a day. I'll muck out your house or your self-contained flat. I'm a very good char known as Penelope Platt. I'm Penelope. 5 bob a day and me meals is the price, though sometimes it's cheese and a lump of cold rice. Fair cruel it is, but you can't make a fuss. Where on earth would folk be if it wasn't for us and Penelope? I gets out me bucket, me mop and me broom, and in less than a flash I've mucked out your room. If I'm in a rush it goes under the mat. I'm a very good jar, I'm Penelope Platt. I'm Penelope. When I've finished me work and I've rested me feet, I hangs up me apron and nips down the street. And there in the local each night you will see I drinks with me mates who goes charring with me. With Penelope. Who? Penelope! There you are, you see, mates, if you're ever round our way, just drop in. It would be lovely to see you. Just call round any old time and make yourself at home. Put your feet on the mantel shelf. Open the cupboard and help yourself. I don't care if your friends have left you all alone. Rich or poor, knock at the door and make yourself at
I promise you, you will have Miss Peggy Mount once again later on in the programme. But now, continentally contributory to culture for you cognoscenti. For your ecstatic cooperation, we give you prima ballerina assoluta Chantal, partnered tonight for the very first time by Dumont. Kopic. I must apologize for that series of accidents. Cornucopic Carivaria convokes a compulsively cosmopolitan characterization from that sauciest of soubrettes, Miss Jeannie Harris!
Once a little German girl, lonely and sad, came to marry England from her fatherland, looking for her sweetheart whose front name was Fritz, and he played the trombone in some German band. She searched round the city by night and by day, and asked everyone on the way, has anyone seen a German band? German band, German band. I've been looking about all upon my own. I've searched every street, both near and far, near and far. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want my Fritz, but plays twiddly bits on his big trombone. Fritz was very fond of me, Katrina said. Then he was in Germany over the sea, and he would come round to mine own father's house. He'd make love and eat all our Limburger cheese. He'd serenade me mit der Watch on the Rhine, and I thought his trombone divine. Has anyone seen a German band? German band, German band. Stop the music! Stop the music. What is your name?
Herman.
Herman.
Yeah.
Ah, is a good name, yeah?
Yeah.
And you?
Sachs.
Mr. Sachs, you will help me down the steps, please. I have difficulties with the feet.
I see.
Yeah? Dankeschön. You can sit down now, Dankeschön. You will all sing with me, yeah? We have ways of making you sing, yeah? And not only will you sing, but you will sway. You will sway to the right, to your right. Everybody sway to the right. And everybody sway to the left. And right, and left, and right, and left. Keep swaying. And while you are swaying, you will sing very loudly. You will, as you Englanders say, give it what you got. And I hope you got a lot. Ein, zwei, drei. Has anyone seen a German band? German band, German
illustrious in legerdemain, non-pareil in necromancy, omnipotent in prestidigitatory prowess, conjuring. For your amazement, Mr. Larry Parker!
Hey! Oh, wait. Ah. Oh. C'est horrible. Now, for the next part of the question Hey. For the next part of the film. Big hip step. Big hip step. Hand on. Hey. Hey, step like for the Hey. And let's put the eyeballs completely. No, there's nothing at all on the. Hey. Now for disbelief on the president. start. One, beat upstairs. Nothing. 10, once, two, three. Gesundheit, pieces. Gesundheit. Now, placing the pieces in the bag. In the bag, sir. From the handkerchief to the coffin. Hey! Hup!
Redeeming a pledge, it is my proud privilege to present again that paramount paragon of amplitudinous plenitude, Miss Peggy Mount.
I met a tramp all alone in his camp, laughing gaily and singing a song. This hobo man drank his tea from a can, and I hailed him as I passed along. I said, "You're down and out, but you seem happy. What is your secret, tell me, friend?" "Secret," said he, "by G, that's just philosophy. Here's the beginning and the end. Oh, the world's all right. It's the people living in it make it seem all wrong. Seem all wrong. If there's strife or any trouble in it, you can bet your life it's the people who begin it. So I trap my way, and I'm happy every minute as I sing my little song. Oh, the world's all right. It's the people living in it make it seem all wrong. Far from the crowd, he said, I sing aloud, and the song seems to flow from my heart. Maybe the birds haven't quite got the words, but they're in with the tune from the start. I never get the blues, except when I'm dreaming. Dreaming I feel my mother's kiss. In dreams back home I stray, but when I wake I say, don't want the old life, give me this. Oh, the world's all right. It's the people living in it make it seem all wrong. Seem all wrong. If there's strife or any trouble in it, you can bet your life it's the people who begin it. So I trap my way, and I'm happy every minute as I sing my little song. Oh, the world's all right. It's the people living in it make it seem all wrong. So I trap my way, and I'm happy every minute as I sing my little song. Oh, the world's all right. It's the people living in it make it seem all wrong.
For your enthusiastic enthrallment, a thaumatologically unorthodox exhibition of John Madd's magic! ludicrously, loquacious lugubriousness of the one and only Mr. Les Dawson!
Thank you for that well-rehearsed spatter of applause. And yet, I will endure this because, let's face it, as you all know, this great nation of ours at present is going through a very severe economic depression. Not that depression bothers me because I was a failure during the boom. This suit bears mute testimony to that fact. Look at it. Oh, I know it's seen better days. God knows how old it is, but every time a band plays the Lancer, the trousers break into a gallop. I wanted so desperately to get some new fustian for tonight. I went to a tailor in Leeds for a suit. I couldn't believe the prices. I said, what can I have for £15? He gave me some wool and a loom. The name of piety, why do I kid myself? It's not been a good year. I'm not looking for sympathy, but last year I lost over 15 first-class engagements through repeated illness. We all got sick of me. I don't mind telling you that I'm so far behind with the rent, the town hall is holding the wife as hostage. And that was a blow. My wife, she had to give her job up. It was a damn good job. It wasn't her fault. She got rheumatism in her shoulder and she couldn't throw the harpoon properly. It's an amazing thing that when you first meet the woman who will be your life partner, romance comes in people's lives in different guises. In some cases, it's a drift of perfume on a Georgian staircase. It can be a snatch of song on a Neapolitan balcony. The caress of hands in a scented bower. True love came to me the night I saw the wife stuck a hot chip with her teeth out. Well, that night when romance came into my life, I knew, as we sat opposite the table, the candle between us, that she was emotionally moved and I told her I loved her. I bent across the table over the candle to kiss her lips. And she snatched her head away angrily, and I fell heavily on the candle. It took the head waited 15 minutes to get the wick from up my nose. I think we had our first engagement, that first magical moment when two souls come together on the sea of life. We sat on the omnibus holding hands, which took some doing. I was upstairs, she was down. Because of her passion for food, I took her to a very well-known French restaurant in Huddersfield. It was called the Shave by Gum. And yet I've been married for 15 years, and believe me, it just seems like yesterday. If it was tomorrow, I'd cancel the bloody thing. I can see it now. The rays of the hot August sun were filtering through the stained glass windows of the medieval chapel, highlighting the mellow antiquity of the Saxon altar and glinting on her father's rifle. The organist was playing Oh, Perfect Love, till he saw the wife's family canter down the aisle. And he stopped and broke into the March of the Gladiators. The wife's mother was crying her eyes out on the front pew. That was because she had her hand fast in the collection book. The wife and I stood at the altar. The vicar looked at the size of the wife. He looked at me. He said, "Do you take this woman or will you have her delivered?" Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she's fat, but when she stood in the garden the other week in a vest, it looked like a canvas-topped abattoir. She hasn't got elastic in her drawers. It's a curtain rail. And to add to my bowl of happiness, the wife's mother has just come to live with us. As soon as I heard the knock on the door, I knew it was her mother. Because next door's savage Alsatian was whimpering. The wife said, "Have you put the gas fire in my mother's room?" I said, "Yes, but I haven't lit it." Tonight, in a more light-hearted vein, in response to several fan letters that arrived through the window around a brick, I should like to play the piano for you. Now, I thought, just to get away from the usual theatrical dross, these drapes of illusion, to all sing together the songs that we all love, to be ourselves, to get back to the grassroots. Will you join me in some songs? Yes! We shall start off on the pianoforte in these oral corybantics. With "My Old Man Said Follow the Band." Now, you will notice that when I play the piano, it has often been said there's one difference between myself and Chopin. He's been dead longer than I have. Thank you. Are you ready, young men? Try and keep up if you can. "My old man said follow the band." Now, come on, let's hear you now. Let's raise the roof. It won't take much doing, the guttering's on the inside. Are you ready? We can't all be professionals. We'll try this one, Lily of Laguna. It just flows, doesn't it? I wish I was out there listening to this. Often when faced with genius, there is a shyness. Perhaps tonight might be as good a time as any to introduce to you the works of a very, unfortunately, how can I put it, forgotten Yorkshire composer. His name was Seth Bottlebrook. The first man to discover that people who ate prunes were never late for work. Most of his music was very moving, but this one in particular, I feel... Tricky, isn't it? That's 3 fingers on the same hand. My Auntie Fanny, by mistake, put cenopods in the currant cake. And the only advice that we could give was skip to the loo, my darling.
There's only just time to ask Mr. Les Dawson to lead the company and yourselves in the last chorus for tonight, down at the old Bull and Bush. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Les Dawson, the entire company, Mr. Bernard Herrmann, and the entire and indomitable orchestra. But this time, people, your